Setting up a trust in Las Vegas, Nevada. Creating a trust is an important step in protecting your assets and legacy. As part of a comprehensive estate plan and drafted by a veteran lawyer, trusts can protect your assets while you live and transfer your legacy safely to your family after you pass. Customized estate planning solutions, including trusts and wills, ensure that your specific needs are met, providing peace of mind in your planning. However, a trust does not stand alone. This is tax and trust attorney James DeLoisio, Director of Legal Services for Torchlight Tax in Las Vegas. A trust works best as part of an organized asset protection structure, which can include LLCs, corporations, and other trusts. Trusts in Las Vegas have the advantage that Nevada has the best asset protection trust law of all 50 states. Out-of-state residents can establish their trusts in Nevada to benefit from this robust asset protection law. Some Las Vegas lawyers shortchange these advantages because they are not experienced in trust and asset protection law and are unaware of all its potential benefits. This can result in silly errors and lazy shortcuts. For example, an attorney or advisor says you do not need a trust and that a will is adequate. In a few cases with minimal assets, this may be true. However, any will goes to probate court. In Las Vegas probate court, the judge assigns a Las Vegas attorney to oversee the will and the distribution of the estate assets, and the attorney bills the estate of the decedent. Your will is part of the public record. With a properly set up Las Vegas trust, there is no probate court at all. Properly set up by the trust lawyer, the trustee takes over the trust and trust accounts and assets directly when you depart this mortal existence. This trustee is the one that you trusted and designated to be the trustee. This can be a friend, family member, or a professional trustee. There is no court or judge involved, and your assets do not go into the public record. The trustee can carry out your wishes and transfer trust assets efficiently without running up legal fees. Probate in Las Vegas can be expensive. One home going through probate resulted in $19,500 in legal fees being paid out by the estate. This could have been avoided by setting up a trust rather than a will. The probate judge often appoints the attorney who wrote the will to manage the estate's distribution. Forming a trust to distribute one home to two brothers could have saved $19,500 in probate legal fees. So, take an attorney's advice that you do not need a trust with a grain of salt. $19,500 in legal fees is bad enough. It could have been worse. Imagine if someone saw the will in probate and decided to contest it. This would be bad news for your designated heirs and family. But it could be a big payday for the attorney administering your estate for the probate judge. How a trust lawyer and Nevada law safeguard your assets and legacy. A trust attorney ensures your assets are managed according to your wishes and that your loved ones are financially secure. A well-structured trust facilitates the smooth transfer of wealth by bypassing the complexities and expenses of probate. In Las Vegas, as in other locations, future planning is essential. Expert legal counsel in estate planning law is invaluable for navigating trust creation and ensuring the protection of your assets. However, estate planning extends beyond setting up a revocable living trust to transfer assets and avoid probate. An irrevocable living trust can safeguard your assets during your lifetime as well. A revocable living trust only provides asset protection after you pass. While securing assets posthumously is necessary, it does no good if you lose them while you are alive. A trust lawyer can establish a self-settled Nevada asset protection trust. These trusts allow the grantor, or truster, who creates the trust and contributes the assets, to also be a beneficiary. A revocable living trust offers no asset protection while you are alive. This is simply due to the definition of revocable. Since you can revoke it, a court can order you to revoke the trust and pay a judgment or creditor. An irrevocable Nevada Asset Protection Trust offers strong asset protection because you cannot revoke it. Some may hesitate to establish an irrevocable trust due to concerns about losing control over their assets. This is where an experienced trust and asset protection attorney becomes essential. A well-structured, self-settled, irrevocable Nevada Asset Protection Trust ensures assets are shielded from lawsuits while allowing the truster to maintain practical control over them. This is done by putting your assets into an LLC, which is owned by the trust, which you are the manager of. This allows you to oversee the trust's assets as LLC manager. This is explained in detail in my video, The Nevada Asset Protection Trust, on the Torchlight Tax YouTube channel and website. A trust is an agreement between three parties. One is the truster, also known as grantor or settler, who creates and puts assets into the trust. The second part is the trustee or trustees, who are responsible for managing the trust for the benefit of the beneficiaries. The third is the beneficiary or beneficiaries. You can be the truster and the administrative trustee, having the authority to sign for the trust. You can also be the investment trustee, able to buy and sell properties and assets for investment purposes. But there is a third trustee, who is a Nevada resident independent of you. This third trustee is the distribution trustee, and his okay would be needed to distribute trust assets. He is, by the trust document, prohibited from distributing funds to anyone who is not on the beneficiary list, which is the revocable living trust. You, of course, control the beneficiaries on the revocable living trust. Obviously, since you did not put a suing plaintiff or creditor on your beneficiary list, the distribution trustee is prohibited from paying off a judgment or creditor. A revocable living trust remains necessary as it allows you to modify beneficiaries as needed. The trust attorney establishing your irrevocable trust also set up a revocable trust. The truster is the primary beneficiary of the revocable trust, while the revocable trust serves as the beneficiary of the irrevocable trust. Assets placed in the trust are often held within a holding LLC, which adds another layer of protection. The truster, in his personal capacity, manages this LLC. The ownership structure consists of an irrevocable trust holding the LLC, making it highly challenging for creditors to access the assets. If significant life changes occur, such as divorce or a change in family circumstances, amendments to the revocable living trust can be made effortlessly. Beyond ensuring your estate is distributed per your wishes, a trust attorney also maximizes asset protection and minimizes taxes. Why you need a trust in Las Vegas? Establishing a trust is not just about filling out paperwork. It requires legal expertise to ensure your wishes are enforceable and tax efficient. Trusts and estates attorneys provide legal compliance. Trusts must adhere to Nevada's laws and regulations. A skilled attorney ensures proper legal structuring. Personalized solutions. Every individual and family has unique needs, and an attorney will tailor the trust to reflect those goals. Probate avoidance. Trusts facilitate direct asset transfers to beneficiaries, bypassing the lengthy and costly probate process. Privacy protection. Unlike wills, trusts remain private and do not become public records. Estate tax minimization. Properly designed trusts can reduce estate tax liabilities. Other tax considerations. At Torchlight Tax, your entire tax situation is reviewed for any possible tax savings. This can include cost segregation and accelerated depreciation for real estate investors, LLCs, and corporations strategically set up to legally avoid taxes, and many other tax-saving strategies. We take a holistic approach to protecting your income and assets by protecting them from taxes, lawsuits, and creditors. Whether planning for retirement, caring for dependents, or preserving wealth, a trust lawyer and the Torchlight Tax team offer peace of mind. The advantages of trusts. Trusts have several key benefits. Asset management and protection. Placing assets in a trust protects your assets and ensures they are used according to your wishes, even if you become incapacitated. Trusts play a crucial role in estate administration, managing complex estate and trust matters effectively. The revocable living trusts avoid probate. Privacy. Unlike wills, which become public records, trusts remain confidential, protecting your financial affairs. Tailored financial planning, special needs trusts, spendthrift trusts, and other customized options safeguard beneficiaries without jeopardizing government benefits or financial security. Tax benefits. Certain trusts, such as charitable remainder trusts, provide income tax deductions and reduce capital gains taxes. Generational wealth building. Trusts help pass wealth down efficiently, ensuring long-term financial security for heirs. Business succession planning. Establishing trusts within business entities ensures a smooth transition of ownership and legacy preservation. Types of trusts and entities we handle. Our trust attorneys at Torchlight Tax provide personalized estate planning, handling various trust structures, including revocable living trusts, allow control over assets during your lifetime while specifying their distribution after death. These are flexible and amendable. Irrevocable living trusts. Primarily used for tax planning and asset protection, these trusts generally cannot be altered once created and are used in conjunction with a revocable living trust. Special needs trusts, designed to financially support individuals with disabilities while preserving eligibility for government assistance. Charitable trusts enable philanthropic giving while providing tax benefits. Spendthrift trusts protect financially irresponsible beneficiaries from creditors and poor financial decisions. They also protect your assets from creditors and lawsuits while you live as part of an asset protection trust. Nevada Asset Protection Trusts. Nevada law allows domestic asset protection trusts to shield assets from legal claims. Operating limited liability companies. You will usually have limited liability companies in any state where you have an active business. Anonymous holding limited liability companies. It is often prudent to have a limited liability holding company that holds all your assets, set up so that its ownership is anonymous. This LLC is usually owned or largely owned by an irrevocable asset protection trust. This can be set up so that the truster who originally created the trust and put assets into the trust can manage this LLC. This gives the truster effective control of the trust assets. The document is very carefully crafted, so he cannot pay out assets in the event of a lawsuit. Moreover, as the LLC is anonymous and your name is not showing on the Secretary of State website, it is difficult for a potential litigant to find your assets. Corporations. Sometimes corporations may also be used in asset protection, in a similar role to LLCs. Land trusts. Land trusts can be used to purchase, move, and sell real estate. These help preserve anonymity. For example, if you have Florida real estate, you can use the land trust as an alternative to an LLC to hold real estate, as Florida land trusts have similar asset protection characteristics to LLCs. Series LLCs. Some states allow a parent LLC and series LLC under it. In this case, you have several cells that each independently have asset protection, but you only pay a fee for the main LLC or parent LLC and a nominal fee for each cell. An example of this might be a parent LLC that has 5 rentals, each in its own cell, and each cell has the same asset protection as an independent LLC. Trust administration and fiduciary responsibilities. Managing a trust involves ongoing oversight by the trustee, who must act in the best interests of beneficiaries. Responsibilities include asset management, financial record keeping, and transparent communication. The expertise available in our Las Vegas office, particularly in practice groups such as tax, trust and estates, and business entities and transactions, ensures comprehensive support for these tasks. Trustees must uphold fiduciary duties by avoiding conflicts of interest, maintaining confidentiality, and prudently investing trust assets. Nevada law mandates adherence to the Nevada Trust Code and related regulations. Administrative responsibilities also include handling real estate and investments, making distributions, and ensuring compliance with tax obligations. Funding your trust. Transferring assets and property to a trust. Transferring assets and property to a trust is a crucial step in the estate planning process. This involves retitling assets, such as real estate, bank accounts, and investments, in the name of the trust. By doing so, the assets are removed from your personal ownership and are instead held by the trust, providing a level of protection and control. To transfer assets to a trust, follow these steps. Identify the assets to be transferred. Determine which personal assets will be transferred to the trust, including real estate, bank accounts, investments, and other valuable items. Obtain the necessary documents. Gather the necessary documents, such as deeds, titles, and account statements, to facilitate the transfer of assets. Retitle the assets. Retitle the assets in the name of the trust, using the trust's name and tax identification number. This step is essential to ensure that the assets are legally recognized as part of the trust. Update beneficiary designations. Update beneficiary designations for life insurance policies, retirement accounts, and other assets to reflect the trust as the beneficiary. This ensures that these assets will be managed according to the terms of the trust. Specific funding requirements for different types of trusts. Different types of trusts have specific funding requirements tailored to their unique purposes. Revocable trusts. These trusts can be funded with a wide range of assets, including real estate, bank accounts, and investments. The flexibility of revocable trusts allows you to manage and modify the assets during your lifetime. Irrevocable trusts. Irrevocable trusts, such as asset protection trusts, may require specific funding requirements. For instance, assets might need to be transferred to a separate entity, or involve specific types of assets to ensure robust asset protection. Special needs trusts. These trusts are designed to support individuals with disabilities without jeopardizing their eligibility for government assistance. Funding a special needs trust may involve transferring assets to a separate entity, such as a special needs trust company, to ensure the assets are used for the beneficiary's benefit. Strategies for minimizing estate taxes. Minimizing estate taxes is a critical aspect of estate planning. Here are some effective strategies. Gift tax planning. By making gifts to beneficiaries during your lifetime, you can reduce the amount of assets subject to estate tax. This strategy involves careful planning to maximize the annual gift tax exclusion and lifetime exemption. Charitable giving. Charitable giving can reduce the amount of assets subject to estate tax while supporting causes you care about. Contributions to charitable trusts or direct donations can provide significant tax benefits. Trust planning. Utilizing irrevocable trusts can remove assets from your estate, thereby reducing the amount subject to estate tax. These trusts can be structured to provide income to beneficiaries while minimizing tax liabilities. Business succession planning. Transferring business interests to beneficiaries through strategic planning can minimize estate taxes. This may involve setting up family-limited partnerships or other business entities to facilitate the transfer of ownership. Avoiding probate and death tax. Avoiding probate and minimizing death taxes are essential goals in estate planning. Here's how you can achieve these objectives. Tax law and estate planning law considerations. Nevada's favorable tax environment, with no state income tax, estate tax, or inheritance tax, makes it an attractive jurisdiction for trust formation. However, trustees must still comply with federal tax laws. Key tax considerations include income and capital gains tax implications of trust investments, gift tax consequences when making beneficiary distributions, strategic planning to minimize tax liabilities while preserving trust assets. Working with experienced tax and trust professionals at Torchlight Tax ensures compliance and efficient tax planning, minimizing taxes and maximizing trust benefits. Why choose Torchlight Tax for tax filing, trust formation, and asset protection? Selecting the right team is crucial for effective tax, asset protection, and estate planning. Here's why clients trust us. Extensive knowledge of Nevada laws. We leverage the state's trust-friendly regulations for your benefit. Customized estate planning. Every client receives a personalized approach tailored to their financial goals. Clear communication. We want you to minimize your taxes and maximize your asset protection. For this reason, we have a robust YouTube channel with over 50,000 subscribers and 1.5 million views. If you want to understand how our strategies work, you can simply watch our channel. We have both short videos, 1 minute or less, and long videos. You can use the shorts for a quick overview and use the longer videos for a more detailed understanding. Mission Statement of Torchlight Tax. The mission of Torchlight Tax is to save you tax dollars and protect your assets without cheating or putting you at risk. A secondary but still very valuable final product of Torchlight Tax is that we make accounting, taxes, and asset protection as pleasant as possible. Conclusion: ensuring your assets are protected and handled according to your wishes, and your loved ones are cared for, requires well-crafted trusts as part of a customized asset protection structure. Usually, this is best served by having each operating business or rental properties each in their own LLC or Corp. These are usually owned by a Nevada or Wyoming LLC that is owned by an irrevocable Nevada Asset Protection Trust that has as a beneficiary a revocable living trust that has a primary beneficiary, yourself, and other beneficiaries you wish to designate. Trusts provide an efficient method for managing and transferring wealth while helping you bypass the complexities of probate. In Las Vegas, a city defined by its fast-paced lifestyle and diverse community, planning for the future is essential. That's where our skilled trust attorneys step in, delivering customized solutions designed around your unique needs. They guide clients with thorough support and expert advice throughout the estate planning process, ensuring clear and effective plans are created and executed. Contact Torchlight Tax at 877-758-7797 or info@torchlighttax.com for a free consultation on taxes, trusts, and estate planning. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Each client has their own personalized situation. This Nevada Asset Protection Trust structure is really strong. This does not mean that there might not be a better solution for certain individuals. We are happy to tailor your asset protection and trust solution to your specific needs. Also, with those whose assets exceed $1 million, an offshore asset protection trust might be worth reviewing. The best jurisdictions for this are Belize, formerly British Honduras, the Cook Islands, formerly part of New Zealand, and Nevis. These are all tropical locations noted for beautiful beaches and the strongest asset protection laws on Earth. We recommend a free consultation with Torchlight Tax at 702-463-1818 or 877-758-7797. to determine which trust is best for you. It is also a good idea to watch more videos on the Torchlight Tax YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.